Hey, what do you think of that intro, that Lee Iacocca joke? I wrote it. Well, good to be here, eh? I quit smoking. You ever try to do that? Man, that's a tough thing, huh? Smoking ever since I was a kid. I always remember smoking, you know. Remember one time I was a little kid, I was 6 or 8 or 10 or something like that, or 4, or some even number. And I was behind a garage. I was sneaking a cigarette back there, sneaking a cigarette behind my garage, and my dad caught me. I'll never forget it. His big head. I may forget it one day, I don't know, but I remember it now. You never know what you're going to forget, you know? Ravaged by syphilis, you know, in your later years, you might remember nothing. But, you never see a guy ravaged by syphilis anymore. You ever notice it? No excuse for that. His big head came around the corner of the garage there and caught me. There I was, sneaking my cigarette, and he hauled me in. I thought I was in for the strapping of my life, you know? What he did is he pulled out his big cigar. Must have been half the size of my arm, this giant cigar. Stuck it in my mouth, lit it up, made me smoke it all the way through, right to the end. And that's when I started smoking cigars. So that plan didn't work out too good there. There was another time I remember, now that I'm thinking about it there. I was behind my garage again. As luck would have it, there I was, smoking a big fat joint back there. Yeah, don't do drugs. And my dad's big head showed up again. And he hauled me in. I thought I was in for the strapping of my life, you know? But injected me with heroin. That's him, right there. Can you believe something like that would happen? He was a strict man, I'll tell you that right now. He's strict but fair. Tough but cruel. His toughness was more than offset by his cruelty. Oh, man, but you gotta quit smoking. Hey, otherwise, you gotta be an old guy, and then unhealthy, sick, and everything like that. Although some guys don't. You ever meet those old guys, no matter what the hell they do to themselves? You know, they still grow old. Be the oldest bastard you ever met in your life, you know? I go, every day I smoke 4 packs of cigarettes. I drink a bottle of Jack Daniels, and I hit myself in the head with a shovel every day. I'd like to die. I can't die, I can't see. One time I put a shotgun in my mouth, blew the whole back of my head out. That's just like ringing in the ears or something.
You know, all afternoon, as we do this, you've been playing on and off with a cigarette. Do you smoke?
I quit smoking a year ago.
Good for you.
Thank you. You quit smoking.
Yeah.
And you, when you smoked at the Tomorrow Show...
We puffed. We didn't smoke. We puffed.
You probably caused many children to start smoking.
So you hold a cigarette and you never light it?
Yes, it helps me. I have an oral fixation, the doctors tell me. That never... I'm like Beretta.
Do you think this to be a funny thing, or do you really have to kind of
I'm doing
feel
it. No, I feel that I have an oral fixation. You know about that.
I don't have that, by the way.
If it's not this, I go straight. You don't like sucking cock?
I don't like sucking cock. I mean, I have done it.
Yeah, I wouldn't like it. You know why I wouldn't like it?
Why?
Aren't those animals, like, inside the cum? Like, I remember...
The sperm, you mean?
Yeah. So to me, like, it's a bunch of animals and stuff.
10 long.
I know to smoke.
I'll smoke it for you if you... No, all right.
No, I'm trying to...
I just figured it would be rude not to offer you a light.
It's nice, but I'm trying not to. And I feel if I...
Sitting there with a cigarette.
I feel if I, took one puff. I have an oral fixation, my doctor tells me, which is not good.
How did he know that?
I was sucking his cock. I was sucking his cock.
Okay, since nicotine is such an addictive drug, do you think someday you'll have to have a prescription to buy a pack of cigarettes?
Well, they always bring up the Constitution and talk about how we should still have the right to a militia and all that. But let's face facts, this country was built on tobacco growers. So, if you're going to start changing... If you're not going to change one thing because it comes from way back then, you can't change this either. There are farmers out there who make a living. Tobacco is one of the crops that got this country going. So, no, I don't think they'll ever make it illegal.
Yeah, no, they shouldn't make it illegal. I know.
I think Norm's backing me up on that. What motivated you to quit?
Well, I guess I read this thing about how it was like a phallic symbol, and
that my doctor went in. He said, you probably have an oral fixation, which you know what that means. Let's not kid ourselves, right? So that's why I always smoke like cigarettes instead of cigars, because if I'm gonna have I like a little white thin cock, you know?
Are we back to cocks again? I go away to Ohio, Middletown, the center of the universe, to take a nice clean call, and then I space out. I'm thinking I can't listen to Norm for a second. I gotta get a time cue here. I come back and you're talking about having a thin white cock in your
I don't have a thin white cock. In my cock, you mean?
No.
In my mouth. No, you misunderstand.
Oh,
what I'm
okay.
saying is this. I'm just saying
Don't
that
make the mistake of thinking I fucking listen to you.
I just want to make it clear about that cock thing. I was just saying, if I ever was gay, if they like suddenly made it mandatory or something, then I would choose the smallest cock, and I would like a guy that came fast. I don't know. I thought the subject was cock.
No, cocks is next week.
I'm sorry. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Norm Macdonald, ladies and gentlemen.
I flew with him randomly twice, just randomly.
Just like
Right
happened
next
to be
him.
in the plane?
Totally.
Really?
Total dumb luck.
Crazy.
On 2 separate occasions, Norm sat right next to me. And he's like,
What a
I
treat.
can't believe this is happening
What
again.
a treat.
Yeah, it was. The last one was hilarious. We have this long conversation. We're having a great old time. And he's telling me, yeah, I quit smoking. And I don't like to smoke anymore. It's just terrible. It was so hard to quit, but I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
We land, and he immediately walks right into a gift shop and buys cigarettes. And he
Changed his
goes,
mind on
I
the flight.
changed my mind. I want to start smoking again. And he's lighting before he gets out the door. I mean, he's so impulsive. He's like lighting
Trump.
as he's walking towards the door. I'm like, whoa, like, Norm, what are you doing? He goes, yeah, I guess I smoke again.
And then it's about to go down. We're here to stay and run this town. Bring in the heat, bring in the energy. We're the queens of the festival, can't you see? We're the queens of the festival, here to rule the stage. Dropping beats and make your body engage. From sunrise to sunset, we're taking it all. We're the festival queens standing tall. Ooh, yeah, ooh. From dawn till dusk, we command the crowd's gaze. Every beat, every rhyme sets our souls ablaze. With swagger and style, we own this domain. In the realm of music, we reign supreme, no chain. Feel the rhythm pulsating through your veins. Our verses ignite, fire never wane. With each lyric we spit, each move we make, we carve our legacy, leaving jaws to quake. We're the queens of the festival, here to rule the stage. Dropping beats and make your body engage. From sunrise to sunset, we're taking it all. We're the festival queens standing tall. Ooh, I get it. Ooh. No crown needed, our all's the crown jewel in the kingdom of sound. We never play the fool with beats as our scepters and rhymes as our decree. We're the sovereigns of rhythm for all to see. So bow down to the queens as we own the night. In the kingdom of music, we're the guiding light. From the first note to the last, we'll always be the festival queens, forever wild and free.
But that's, you know, there's people out there that are like pretending to be wacky.
Right. He's
You
really
know?
wacky.